It's Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From Al Jazeera, Vietnam jails former officials and diplomats in mass bribery trial. 54 government officials and business owners have been found guilty of bribery in a mass trial in Vietnam. Some of the defendants sentenced to 16 years in prison. The bribes in this case were related to so-called rescue flights that were booked for Vietnamese citizens overseas who could not get back into the country using commercial flights because of quarantine restrictions. 25 state officials received bribes totaling about $7.4 million to basically add folks who didn't want to deal with quarantine complications to the rescue flight list, allowing them to get back into the country without jumping through as many hoops and without paying official fees. So they used their position and power to enrich themselves while denying the state those funds and potentially putting Vietnamese citizens at risk as well, which is why the sentences in these cases are so punitive. From BBC News, West African leaders threaten military intervention following Niger coup. Representatives from the Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS bloc, have given the leaders of a military coup that recently overthrew the Nigerian government 7 days to reinstate the former government, after which point the bloc would, quote, take all measures necessary to restore constitutional order, end quote. Last week's successful coup by a portion of Niger's military has led to concerns that Russia might gain new influence in the country, the overthrown government having been closely aligned with the West, as it follows other recent coups in Mali and Burkina Faso, in which that was the case. This move has also raised concerns locally about a potential wave of democratic government overthrows in the region, hence this threat from an alliance of local governments. There have been no formal negotiations between the current military-led Nigerian government and ECOWAS so far, and the general response from the wider world has been a truncation or cessation of outside aid, which could put the country in a precarious position in the relatively near future if those monetary holes in its budget are not plugged. And from AZ Central, Phoenix reaches 110 degrees for 30 days in a row, extending streak. Phoenix has once again recorded daytime high temperatures of greater than 110 degrees Fahrenheit, which is greater than 43 1/3 degrees Celsius, extending a local streak of such temperatures to more than 30 days. The previous record in the region was set in June of 1974, when Phoenix saw 18 days of 110 degrees or greater temperatures. And this time around, the duration of the streak is a lot longer, the maximum temperatures are higher, hitting the 100 teens on most days, and the nighttime temperatures have also been notable, generally hovering around the mid-90s. All of which is not normal, even for this generally quite hot part of the US. And these high-temperature records are of a kind with what we are seeing elsewhere throughout the world right now, during what's become the hottest recorded month in human history. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts, and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.